A new day, a new problem to solve. So today's problem is called Zigzag Conversion, and it's a medium level problem to solve. So yeah, so it's as the following. We're gonna have a function called convert, and it's gonna take two parameters. The first one is a string, like this one, and number of rows, which is like a number. So let's just assume that this is the string as an input, and we need to get an output. First, they want us to represent the string as a zigzag, meaning like if they say 3 rows, we're gonna have 3 rows, 1 and 3, and then we're gonna start from the beginning of the string, P A Y, and then we're gonna do a zigzag like this. So tuck 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 tuck. So P A Y, and then a zigzag, and here it's going to be a P, this one, and then A, and then L, Y, and then a zigzag, S, H, I, S, H, I, and then R, and I, and then N, and then a J. So this is in the case they ask us to do 3 rows. This is another case where they ask us for 4 rows. It's basically the same. We're going to like have 4 rows. And then we're going to start from the top. So P-A-Y-P, P-A-Y-P, and then we should come back with a zigzag. And because yeah, so here we're going to have 2 lines in between, as you can see. And so it's an A-L-I, A-L-I, and then S-H, S-H-I, and then R-I, R-I, and N and J. And then once you represent this as the following, basically you should return the result string. So in this case, we need to start reading from the top left like this, and then we concatenate to it this one and then this one. So this is the string as an output, B-A-H-N, B-A-H-N, A-P, and you keep going. I hope that you get the idea. So when you get like a problem like this, the first thing I do myself is I try to represent the problem on a paper, or I sketch it basically, so I can have a clear idea what I'm doing. And the moment I draw it on a paper, it just becomes super easy to solve. And they said 3 rows, so this is the number of rows, right? So if they say 3 rows, I'm just gonna like have 1 and 3. So sorry. So this is the index of the rows. So we're gonna have 3 arrays. Like this. And inside these arrays, I'm gonna start adding my letters. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. So basically we need to do a loop character by character. So I'm gonna start with the P, and I'm gonna start at row number 0. So P, and then I'm gonna go the second row, and so it's an A, and then a Y, and then what I realize is the moment I am at the last row, I should change direction. So we have the concept of direction. This is good to keep notes. So direction, we're gonna see how we're gonna use this later for our algorithm. So the moment we are here, we change direction, which means we're gonna go back. So here we were moving forward, and here we're gonna go back. So Y, and then a P, and then an A, and then Li. And as you saw, the moment I reached the first row, I also changed direction. So I switch direction basically. And the moment also I am here, I am at the last row, I also need to change direction backward. I hope that you get the idea. So so Li, and now I change direction, and then an S, H, and then an N and J. So this is basically how the program will run. Of course, as you can see, in the array, there is no space in here. Like, it's just gonna be elements, you know? So I'm just like giving here the space for a visual representation. But the moment we're gonna have it in software, there is no spacing, of course. So let's see how we can do this with code. Or at least let's sketch the solution. So the solution is, I'm gonna imagine that I'm gonna have a variable result, and the result is gonna be an array of how many rows we need. So it's gonna be, I'm just gonna, normally we do arrays like this in this direction. I'm gonna do it on this direction just so it can help me for representation. So it's gonna have 3 rows, so index 0, 1, and 2, and then every case in this row is gonna point to what? To an array. I'm gonna just open it like this, and at the end I'm gonna close it. And then I'm gonna have a pointer, character by character, on this string till I reach the end. And then I need the concept of direction. So I can create a variable called direction, and I'm gonna initiate by moving forward. And the moment I reach the end, I'm gonna go and I say it's gonna be backward. Does it make sense? So the moment I'm on the top, I'm gonna start with moving forward. The moment I reach this index, I'm gonna go backward. And then the moment I reach the top, again, I will move forward. So basically, I just switch the value of direction between F and B. So if I'm moving forward, I increment an index called row. So I'm just gonna create a variable called row that I'm gonna initiate by 0, which means I'm here at the beginning. And let's start the program. So I'm here at the first character. I'm just gonna say, hey, P on the row 0. And then I increment the row because I'm moving forward. Right now the value is of direction is forward because we're just starting. Right? So I increment the row to 1, and then I keep going. The next string. So it's an A, and I'm at row 1. So A, I increment the row to what? To 2. And then I re-evaluate, because I'm at the end of the rows, I need to switch F to the other direction, which is backward. And then I move the pointer to the next character, which is Y. And then I do minus minus, of course, which is now I'm at the row 1. And then I move to the next character. So P. So P is going to be at row 1. I need to write it a little bit closer. And then what? I am direction backwards, so I should decrement the value of row, which is 0. And then if I am at 0, what should I do? I should re-evaluate backward to forward. And I move the next character. So A. And then I'm at A, what should I do? Yeah, I'm already forward. I should increment row to 1, and I move to the next character, L, and L at row number 1. Here it goes, and then I increment to 2. I re-evaluate F to backward. I move to the next character, which is I. And then I re-evaluate, because I'm at the end, to F, to, it's gonna be forward. And then this one, it's gonna be 1, so I do minus minus to row. And then I move to the next one. So you see what I'm trying to do. Basically, I'm just going zigzag with variables and directions, basically. And at the end, all I have to do, I'm just gonna run it fast. So don't even remember where I was. So it's an I, and then S, H, I, R, yeah, I, and then N and G. I'm not really sure I did it correctly, but my point is the moment we reach the final string, we just get out, and then we have our 3 rows. What we should do is we should take this row, concatenate it with this one, and then we join them so we can get one string, and this is what they need as an output. So let's code this one. Let's code this problem exactly like we described it. So I'm gonna create a result array, and I'm gonna initiate it by the number of rows. I'm gonna have also a pointer on the row, which is I'm gonna initiate with row number 0, which is the first row, and then I'm gonna have direction that I'm gonna initiate with moving forward, right? And then I'm gonna do a loop on the string character by character, and then every time, well, first when I go, I should check, because I need to start writing in this. So I'm here at row number 0. I need to start writing here, but at the beginning it's null, so there is no row. I need to initialize the case number 0. So I check if result of row is equal to null. What should I do? I should just initialize it with a new array, an empty array. Basically, this is just an initialization. And then I should do result of row, and I do a push. I add the character to the row that is concerned. And then I check if direction is equal to F. What do? I just like increment row. And then I check, am I at the last row? If I'm at the last row, I should flip the direction. So if row equals to number of rows minus 1, then all I have to do is direction equals B. So this is the case if I'm moving forward. I should do an else, which describes moving backward. So every time I'm moving backward, I should decrement row. Basically, it's the opposite of this. And I should do if row equals 0, it means I'm at the top of the rows. So I should flip direction to moving forward. And that's it. Basically, the algorithm is done. All we need to do now, as we said, so we have in results all of this. So an array of strings, of arrays. So we need to flatten them to become one array. So we return result, and we flatten the results. And the moment it's going to be flattened, it's going to become an array of characters. But this is not what we want. We want a string. So we just need to join the array with an empty string between characters, and then that should be it. So results, what's the problem? Join. Ah, yeah, sorry. Am I making a mistake? Yes. There you go. So this is the solution. Each passes. Find the tests. Let's submit. There you go. So the solution is an O of n complexity. The memory also is an O of 1. No, it's an O of n because we create n cases which represents the number of strings in S, but because we return it, that's fine. This is why it's very performant here. So I hope that you liked the video. I hope also that the explanation was easy to understand. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more videos, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.